Welcome to the Chrysalis Experience, a podcast designed to inspire you to believe in the power of your voice and the strength of your wings. Your voice is your identity, and flying confidently into the fullness of who you are means standing courageously against ugly culprits like fear, anxiety, doubt, and shame. But you possess the greatness required to fly to amazing heights. Join me every Wednesday as I have impactful conversations featuring inspiring women designed to help you boldly, bravely, and confidently fly in your greatness so your unique voice can make a difference in this world. My name is LeDuff Gadson. I am a Christ follower, author, artist, wife, and mother of 8. I will be your host as we share in this time of renewal and growth. You are a butterfly, and the chrysalis is your birthplace. It's time to believe in your voice. It's time to be transformed. It's time to mount up with wings like butterflies. It's time to take flight. Hello, and thank you for joining us for this next episode of the Chrysalis Experience. So listen, in order for change to be lasting and effective, it has to take place on both the inside and the outside. And on our last episode, we spoke with wardrobe stylist and fashion marketing and branding expert Laura Hunt about the internal work necessary to reinvent yourself. Laura is in the Chrysalis with us again today, and she's going to be bringing it all full circle. Today, we will be getting into ways to refresh your image from the outside and how the outside reflects what's within. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of Reinventing You. Laura, thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me, Delon. I love being on here with you.
This is great because we talked last week. We talked about being really aware of what's going on inside of yourself, and when you're feeling that kind of call to reinvent yourself. We shared some of our own personal stories of what has called us recently to feel this need to really reinvent, restyle, and rebrand, and just refresh ourselves, and really to get the inside to match the outside and the outside to match the inside, and to put something out there for everyone to see that is authentic and original and accurate representation of who we are. So now we're getting into the fun side of it, the outside, getting that outside to really reflect who you are within. And so let's start there. Like, why is that even important?
Well, it's kind of like it's your packaging tied with a bow. It's that outer, the first impression, the first thing that represents you. It's your branding. And, I think it's important, like you just mentioned the word authentic. I think that it's really being true to who you are, and the way you represent yourself and what makes you feel good. So when we look good, we feel good. And when we feel good, we really can be a lot more genuine. We can be a lot more open and approachable. And we can do all of these things that if we aren't feeling good about the way we look, we tend to fold up and fold inside ourselves. And we don't allow ourselves to be completely open. So it is important to have that exterior part of you, kind of shine through and be representative of who you are as a whole package.
Right, absolutely. I agree. And I think that that's important to kind of, like the outward and the inward really kind of have to be going on at the same time, because one influences the other. And
yes, that's
I know if I'm feeling low, it's like sometimes it's like, okay, just get up, get yourself together, do your hair, put on a nice outfit. Or sometimes, we have that retail therapy and we go and buy something,
right.
New and fresh. And when you're looking good on the outside, it can help perk up the inside. And it just kind of just like this really dance that the internal and the external do together, to just helping and assisting us to get to our final goal and what it is that we're trying to present to the world.
Right. Absolutely. And then there's there is a time and place for everything. There's a way to dress for job interviews. There's a way to dress for a certain event you're going to. There are small rules, I like to call them, on what you should follow. But at the end of the day, I think it's, wear what makes you happy. Sometimes we'll go to casual events and my fiance will he'll give me a friendly reminder, this is casual, because, I used to just go everywhere in heels. And I would always say, I'm dressing up for me.
Right,
So
right.
that's a big part of it too, is that, follow some rules and dress appropriately, but also be you and be true to who you are and what makes you feel good.
Absolutely. And I do think that society has these things in place. And it's like, who created these things?
I know.
Where did they come from? And why do we insist on following them? And then what it does, it makes you feel bad or less than or not enough, or too much, over the top. When we carry ourselves a certain way where you're like, hey, I'm just being me. I just want to represent who I am. I want to feel good about what I have on, but yet you got these things like, don't wear white after Labor Day.
Labor Day, yeah.
Like, why?
Oh, that rule has that died a long time ago.
Yes.
For me. I don't follow that rule at
like
all.
I know there's some people that I don't know, like Mary J. Blige, for instance. You see her in white head to toe often.
Head to toe, yeah.
And I mean, and
yes.
It's working, and it's yes, and there's such thing as winter white. I mean, that's after Labor Day. So
right.
So what can you speak to about when it comes to really styling yourself and breaking the rules or doing what it is that you want to do or that is representative of you? What do you say to the person that's feeling like, yeah, but if I do this, someone may say whatever?
Oh, I hear that all the time. And, one of the things that I do with my clients whenever I'm giving them a complete style makeover is I like to hear them, explain to me, like basically describe yourself to me, like what your style is or what you think your style is, what you would wear to a particular event. And from that conversation, I can sometimes hear keywords, and it's the negatives that they say that kind of make me lean towards, okay, they're saying this, I can't wear red, it's not my color, or I'm not, it's too bold for me, and I'm a quiet person, I can't wear bright colors. And when I hear those types of words, come out of their mouth, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put them in some brights, because this is something they want to do and they're just afraid to for some reason. Now there are some rules that you can follow that have to do with your skin tone. So there's your complexion, and then there's also your undertone. And we all have a different complexion, which can change throughout the year if we're in the sun, if we're, not outside enough. And that's basically the shade of your skin. And then your undertone is always the same, that never changes. Oh. And that's what, if you look at your forearm right here, that's where you can tell like your undertone, and that's where you should hold colors up to see if they're, if it's the best color for you, if it's going to wash you out, or if it's going to really bring out, your skin tone a little bit more. That's where you can really check and see. And I think that's kind of a small rule that's great to follow, just because you want to look your best, and you want to wear the colors that bring out your eyes and bring out your skin tone and, really light you up whenever you put them on. So, I think that knowing like what your undertone is, if you're a cool, medium, or a neutral, can help you when you're shopping. You don't have to necessarily follow it. I shouldn't, my undertone, if I follow the rules, I'm not supposed to wear yellow. Guess what? I wear yellow because I love it and it makes me happy, and it's sunshiny and bright. And, I just know how to wear it in a certain way that it isn't washing me out. So stuff like that takes time to really know. But another thing I tell my clients is, take a look at pictures online. Take a look at Pinterest or, Google Images, and see what you're drawn to. What are you attracted to? Like when you see an outfit on a celebrity or even a model or just someone in a catalog, Do you, does it perk you up? Are you excited to like, oh, I love that outfit. I wish I could wear it. And then from there, you have to believe that, okay, yes, I can wear that. Maybe not that exact cut or that exact color, but I can put together a style that's similar to that and draw inspiration from it and then create my own
Right.
style. So it's really knowing what you like. What are you attracted to? What makes you like really excited when you see a certain outfit on someone? It's we're all kind of inspiring each other in the way that we dress.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I have heard it said. I've probably said it myself before, where we see someone in something and it's like, oh, I could never wear that. I could never.
All the time.
And it's like all because of like these limiting beliefs, and like you said, this fear. It's like, what happened along the way where you were told that you couldn't do this, that you couldn't look like that you couldn't feel good in those colors, that you couldn't feel good in a similar, style. And I think it's really, it's like, it's all about voice. I mean, because it's our style. It's like the things that we wear, the colors we wear, the type of clothing we wear, how we style our hair. It's all an expression of who we are. It's speaking volumes without us even having to open up our mouths, of telling people who we are. And so if that's stifled by people's opinions or even sometimes jealousy, you have people who will tell you things that aren't true just to get you to not, like you said, shine your light. You put on that yellow because, hey, I'm shining today. So what do we, and you taught me something with the undertone, all of those things, like your tone and your undertone. And like, I did not realize that you could look at the inside, that's where you can see where your undertone is. That is great. What about like body types?
Okay.
So that's one thing that I wanted to ask you in particular. I never know when they show you these little things, these little images, and they're like, okay, is your body type a pear or an hourglass or an apple? And I'm like,
inverted triangle. There's all
and I'm
kinds.
Like, I have curves, and but I'm like, but I don't know, am I an hour? I'm not an hourglass, but then maybe I'm a pear, and I can't ever determine which one of those I fall in. Is there a way to be able to answer that question for yourself? How?
Yes, actually there is, and it all ties into your waist, where your waist is, and that's a problem that a lot of women, they don't know. That's actually that's the second question. After we have our conversation, I'll ask a woman to stand up and show me where her waist is or where she thinks it is, and and oftentimes women are wrong in where they think their waist is. So the way to tell where your waist is to put your hand, like, I'm a little teapot,
Mm-hmm.
That song. Put your hand on your waist and then bend towards where your elbow is. And where that bend is your waist.
Wow.
That's your waist. So that's where you can tell where your waist is. Put your hand right above, like, your hip line, and then bend, and that's your waist. So from there, if you're trying to create, which I think is what we're all trying to do, whether it's a photo shoot for fashion or styling a client, it's always creating that illusion of an hourglass figure. So you start from your waistline. So if your waist, knowing where your waist is, maybe the top half of you is shorter than the bottom half of you. So what you're trying to do is balance it out and make the waist the center.
Wow.
So, for example, a woman that has a shorter torso, maybe from the top, from her head down to where her waist is, wants to elongate that. So she would wear longer jackets, and she would wear, like where some women wear a crop jacket. If your top part of your body than the bottom half, if you wear a crop jacket, it's really not going to balance it out enough. It's going to chop you off right there where the jacket stops. So you want to wear a longer jacket. So the key is, and this is something that's kind of difficult to talk about without actually having a woman here with a mirror, which is what I'm used to. I always turn the woman towards the mirror and have her do all of these things as I guide her. And so again, once you know where your waist is, from there you can see and measure like the rest of your body and say, okay, that's my center. Now I need to try to make it my center, even if it isn't, because I may be longer on
I
top or
gotcha.
bigger on the bottom or bigger on the top, and so you're just trying to use your waist as the guideline to create the hourglass.
Yes.
So whatever it is that you need to put on your body to make the waist the center of the eight, and
Yes.
then the rest of it balanced. So that's the best way to, I don't really do the apple and inverted triangle or the pear shape or any of those, because I don't know. I don't. I've met some women that just don't want to hear that they're shaped like a pear,
Right.
And I'm here to create a positive experience for them and give them a style makeover that makes them feel good. I don't want them walking out and saying, "Well, I know how to dress, but I'm shaped like a pear."
Right. I know. And you
I
see
can't
that all the
pear,
time. And that doesn't make me feel really great. I'm like, and an
Yeah,
apple. Oh my. I'm
I
like,
know.
I'm just,
I know. Round is a
I'm
shape,
like,
right?
that's, yeah.
So yeah, I know. When I got my certification 15 years ago, for image consulting, that was a rule that we followed. That was
Mhm.
something. And then throughout the years, as I began to work more and more with women, and I found that it truly wasn't a positive focus,
Yeah.
because I could see their reaction, and they were asking like you did, like, because you feel like, okay, I need to know my shape in order to know how to dress. And then you're thinking, okay, but I'm still an apple shape.
Right.
Like, so the goal is to just always create that illusion of the hourglass. I think hourglass sounds nicer than pear,
Right.
so or nicer than some of the other words that are used to describe a female body. Bodies are beautiful, and we need to really normalize that. We really
Hmm.
need to make it known that it doesn't matter, if you are one of these shapes that is written in a textbook.
Right.
It's your body. Some women may never be able to change their shape, their natural shape that they were given, and so they shouldn't feel bad about how they should dress, or bad about how they were naturally God-given body.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that
We worry about that enough as it is,
yes.
you
And
know.
I mean, we honestly, oh my goodness, our body
We all
image,
do.
yeah, we do. And too much, like overly concerned with how we look. And it is always because of some image that someone else has set into place as being, this is what's beautiful and this is what is ideal and this is what you should strive to be or look like. So again, here we are allowing someone else's or society's opinions and voice to then drown out our own and cause you to feel completely, I mean, feeling insecure in your body. That is like the worst kind of prison.
It absolutely is, and unfortunately, I think a lot of women feel that way for one reason or another. I think we never feel like we're in shape enough, or that we have, and as we age, especially, we're never, I'm never going to have my best body that I did at 21.
Right, right.
Kids later, life later, too many glasses of wine and donuts later, but again, it's about being happy and accepting your body and being, true to your personality and the way that you dress. And it's about confidence. It's about, a confident woman can put on
Right.
anything, within reason, of course, but a confident woman can, you know, walk into a room and be wearing an outfit that's not what, maybe people might think, oh, that you shouldn't wear faux fur in spring, but she's walking into a room in faux fur in spring and she feels good and she has confidence, and that's going to kind of outshine everything
Yes,
else.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's like this accentuating what's coming out from inside. Um
So let's see. So we're talking about tones and we talked about, body shaping. What about like, okay, so right now with everyone, we're still in, stay at home and doing all this
Yeah.
ordering online. How do you order something online without having to return it? And because I've always been one personally that I've needed to, like, I have got to try these on. I've got to try it on. I mean, tops, I'm pretty much, I know, like, okay, I can get away with, just looking at a top and saying, oh yeah, this is perfect. It'll do fine. But as far as pants and jeans, I always have to try those on.
Yes, I'm the same.
I have a booty and a dip in my lumbar. So, when you put the jeans on and there's that gap from the waist.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm the same way. And then also length. Everything has to be tall, like long for me. And I used to be very fearful of shopping online for anything that, jeans or pants and leggings. Okay, leggings are like one size fits most, so they're not usually a problem. But I think the best thing to do, the number one answer there, and I do this myself, read the reviews. Every online store, I don't care where you're shopping from, they have a review section. Customers are going to be honest, mostly if they're upset about the sizing. You don't see a lot of people running to write reviews when they're happy.
Right.
I try to do both. I try to do a little bit of both. So it's more of an honest presence online. But I think going to the reviews, most of these review sections will have, I'm 5'7" and I weigh 135 and I bought a medium, or I bought a size 4, I bought a size 7 and the fit was perfect. So the reviews will usually tell you what you like, honestly, if you should size up or size down. And then also a lot of these online shops are really good about, they either have live chat windows and you can ask a representative, are these true to size? Are the jeans true to size? I'm this size, I'm this height. What size do you recommend? And a lot of them have sizing charts. And I think these are things that to me are a given, but a lot of people just want to buy the jeans. They want to click on shop, pick their size, and then put it in the shopping cart and check out. Really should scroll down or look for the box that has, sizing chart. Look for the box that has ask us any question. They're usually, especially now, I think during this pandemic era, very good about having representatives that are there to answer your questions. And then sometimes, if you're able to, I have recommended to my clients, buy 2 sizes. You're a size 8, they might run small or they might run big. So order 2 sizes, send the one that doesn't fit back if you're able to.
Right. So,
and some places like Rent the Runway allow you, they will automatically send you 2 sizes.
Okay, so tell us about that. That's something that I have seen some people mention, these types of online shops like Rent the Runway, and I've seen some other ones. Is that a good experience? I mean,
pre-pandemic, yes. Because Rent the Runway was really about that special designer, high-end designer dress that you might wear to a ball or to a wedding or to some event that you are going to be photographed in, and you want to, if someone's going to ask you, what are you wearing? You want to say Givenchy, I'm wearing, name, insert any high-end designer. So Rent the Runway was great for those types of events because you don't want to go out and buy a $3,000 dress, that you might wear to one event, but you can rent it for the day and send it back. And they always send 2 sizes. I haven't been on Rent the Runway this entire year just because, where were we going this year? I'm not going to wear a ball gown to the grocery store. So I don't know how they're doing, and I don't know how they have adjusted, but they usually are a great experience for a special event. And not everything is high end, like $3,000 to $6,000 dresses. You can rent a dress that's more, kind of mid-level. That's a $300, $400 dress that you don't want to spend $300, $400 on for a wedding, but you want to rent it for $75. So they made it really accessible for the everyday woman, the college student, the woman on a budget to really wear something that is going to be the only dress in the room.
Right. So speaking of budget, and you're on a budget, but you want to really freshen your wardrobe in a way that's impactful, more than just, okay, I bought one new outfit. I bought a shirt and a pair of pants, but okay, that's just one outfit. How can we approach that in a way where we get the most bang for our buck? In terms of like, okay, I've got a certain budget to work with here, but I want to do some restyling that I feel like I can throw several new looks into my wardrobe, over the course of the week or the month. What can we do?
Well, you can hire me. So one of the first things that I do with clients that want to have a complete style makeover, so remember, first the conversation, yes. And then second, let's look at you in the mirror with something very neutral on, and let's figure out where your waistline is and what you need to do to create that illusion of an hourglass figure. And then the second thing is to edit your closet. So basically shop your closet, edit your closet. There's different phrases, but the first thing you need to do before you start buying new clothes is get rid of stuff. Get rid of stuff. Get rid of that, shirt that's been hanging there that you haven't worn for 2 years, or even that dress that you say, I'm going to be a size 2 again one day, and it's been 10 years. It's like, okay, it's time for that dress to go. So the first thing you need to do is edit your closet. Go through and get rid of anything that you feel you aren't going to wear anymore. There's a lot of Dress for Success is a great company to donate to, and so donate those clothes. And then, at this point, when you're at this point in your style makeover, now you usually know what you're going for. What style are you going for that you want to, how you want to represent yourself? What is this for? Is it for work? Is this something that you work from home, but whenever you do leave and go to the grocery store, now the language has changed so much because of this year. But the first thing to do is go through your closet, and then shop your closet. Okay, I really like these jeans, look really good on me. I feel really good when I wear them. I'm going to keep them. This shirt, is very versatile. I can wear it a bunch of different ways. So start with kind of a base in your closet. And then from there, you're going to you're going to make a list and fill in what's needed to achieve this overall look that you're trying to, accomplish. So and then of course you have to have a budget to figure out, like, okay, now what am I going to spend on this new makeover? That's where a list is very important. The best thing to do is, again, if you don't have an image consultant or a wardrobe stylist helping you, you can always turn to Google Images. They're free. Take a look. You can, once like, okay, I really need to balance out the top part of my body because my bottom half is bigger. That means, I need to wear puffier sleeves, or, have more detailing on the top so I can balance out my body. Go to Google and search the images for, women that have your body type, and then maybe put in the style of, of clothes that you're looking for, and then draw inspiration from those images. And from that inspiration, make a list. It's like, okay, I can wear this type of shirt with a pencil skirt for one look, for a more office type look, or I can wear it with jeans, and now it's a more casual look. So it's really about making making lists. I'm a big list person when it comes to style makeovers. It's like, okay, let's find 3 outfits that I can wear to the office, 3 outfits that I can wear to, Sunday family dinners, 3 outfits that I can wear to girls' night out with my friends. And then you just kind of fill in the gaps from what your closet down to. Does that make sense?
Yes. So, and definitely some mixing and matching and restyling. So you have one piece where you can dress it up or down. So,
Yes, because
Yes.
the look can completely change a top if you put on a white, button-down blouse with a pair of jeans. The shoes are going to really make that
Right.
outfit. If you wear heels with it, that's something that it looks nice to wear to, happy hour or a night out with your girlfriends. And then if you put tennis shoes, or dad shoes, they call them now, with that outfit, it's more of like a Sunday tailgate, or a Sunday picnic, or lunch at your friend's house. Throw a blazer on with it and with some heels. Now you can wear the office if the office allows jeans. You can also throw on pants. So you can really do a lot with a white. Every woman should own a white button-down blouse.
I was just getting
That
ready
is
to ask you, what
definitely
do you think is like one thing that like all women need to have? Okay,
a white
I need to make
button-down
my
blouse.
list and write that down.
A white button-down blouse. There's a few things. I think every woman should own a black blazer. I think you should have, that one pair of jeans that you feel really good in, that look really good on you, and then buy that in blue denim, black, in like maybe 3 different shades.
Yes.
And then, I mean, women, I have probably, I'm embarrassed to say how many pairs of jeans I own because it's way too many. But if you just have 3 pairs in 3 different colors that look great on you, that's plenty. That's enough. We are a society of clothes hoarders. We have way too much clothes. Closets used to be really small because women didn't shop the way they do now. And, I myself have tried to get back down to, basics and buy less and buy vintage and buy, I do enjoy buying a lot of vintage and clothes with experience, I like to call them.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I was just about to ask you, so how do you, my daughter and I have recently been venturing into some consignment shops here lately. Do you recommend like that be like is that a good go-to?
Oh, yes. Yes, 100%. I like to support all, I don't want to send everyone to consignment and vintage, but then that's the biggest, that's the pulling inside of me is to do more of that, because it's better for our, it's better for everything, but it's better for our, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Our world, our footprint, our carbon. Yes.
All of that.
We're trying to be green. There we go.
Yes, absolutely. And another reason why that's good is because everything comes back. Every 20 years, fashion is kind of, reinvented with a twist. So if you go into a consignment shop, I mean, things from the 80s and 90s especially are so in. Those consignment shops and those thrift stores, Goodwill, Salvation Army, those stores that people are kind of afraid, oh, I don't want to go in there. I love them because you are going to find stuff that is back in, that you can update with accessories, you can update with the types of jeans you wear with the, shirts, and you can find fashion trending now in those stores without breaking the bank.
Yes.
I'm a big believer in finding, and the fabrics from those times are actually, the quality and the fabrics are so much nicer than fast fashion is now.
Yes. Oh, awesome. So you were talking about like these different like 80s and 90s and different, should we just allow ourselves free reign to just
Yes.
I'm like, even if you're wanting to wear something that looks like, well, gosh, she looks like she just stepped out of the 80s, but if that's your style, I believe in, I guess you could mute it down a bit for the office or what have you, but they're always,
if needed. If needed, but if not, if it's almost like your voice, like you shouldn't have to tone down any part of you, your voice, your clothing, any of that, if that's true to who you are and you are being respectful, you don't want to dress a certain way in front of children. There are certain small rules, like I said, that, I don't want all
everything hanging out.
Yeah, so now, you don't want to show up in church in a thong, there's things that you just shouldn't do that I think we all know, but I still think it needs to be said. But no, I do think that now, especially more than ever, like I said in the beginning of our conversation, fashion rules are kind of out the door. And if I know a woman that she is a huge Marilyn Monroe fan, and she dresses like Marilyn Monroe day in and day out. It doesn't matter if she's going to the grocery store, and that makes her happy. And I'm like, more power to you, girl. Like, do you, if you want to dress 70s, flare leg bell bottoms and the little round John Lennon shades, and that's your thing, do it, even if it's in or not. And I think right now in fashion, everything is in. You're always going to have the trending pieces that maybe are driving certain looks, but anything goes now. Just about anything goes in fashion. And I think it goes without saying that we should, I said it, I did say it earlier, makes you happy, wear what makes you happy. If you're feeling blah about your wardrobe, and that's how you can if you look in your closet and you're feeling like, oh, nothing makes me feel good, like I don't look good in this, I don't like this, these colors, whatever, that's probably, a time to go through and edit your closet and say, okay, I'm getting rid of this. For every new piece I buy, I'm going to get rid of 3 pieces. That's what I've been trying. Right. I'm going to get rid of 3 pieces every time I buy one new piece, and just, less is more kind of philosophy.
So I think too, a lot of what I'm hearing you say is you really do need to know yourself, know who you are on the inside, know what makes you feel good, what colors, express you or showcase your personality, really getting in touch with what it is that you like, who you are, so that you can display that outwardly.
Yes, know who you are about yourself. It really is about feeling good about yourself, and the way that you are dressing can help with feeling good about yourself, and that will shine through in every area of your life, personally, professionally. You are feeling good about yourself, and you put on the clothes that reflect that, it will be so noticeable. You will stay in a room, you will walk into a room and say 100 words without saying a word.
I love that
confidence that you just walk in and it's like, wow, who is she? I'll have what she's having.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh yes.
And what I will do, Delon, is I will put, because I know I kind of brushed over the whole skin tone and body shape and all of that, but I do have documents that I follow and help my clients follow in finding their, what their skin tone, their undertone is, and how they can, what the colors they wear. I'll put that on my website.
Oh, wonderful.
That, anyone listening can click on. It's laurahuntstyle.com. They can click on it, and I'll put a little cheat sheet there that you guys at home can follow and, figure out, like, okay, do I look good in jewel tones? Do I look good in pastels? Because that does help. Even though I say break the rules, it does help to know what colors. Like, wow, look at her.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. Where you can take, okay, these things will look great on me combined with my personality and what I like, then bam, that's like the, yes. I love that. Yes. laurahuntstyle.com. And they can also find you on Instagram and be inspired daily. Yeah. What's your handle there? Is Laura Hunt Style. Yes.
Laura Hunt Style.
That is awesome.
All one word. But this chart, I have these charts that you can, and it's not like rocket science or anything, it's very simple to take a look at and say, okay, this is my complexion. Okay, this is my undertone. So this is my overall skin tone. So those are the two. Complexion. Yes. Plus undertone equals skin tone.
And do you, in all these years, I've never heard that broken down that way before. Now, I don't know if that's my fault, but
You probably never had to think about it as much.
Yeah, that
as
is
I have.
awesome. And I think that is helpful. I mean, that's helpful even with makeup, you know?
Oh,
Oh my
especially with
gosh.
makeup. Yeah.
You know how many
Yes.
wrong bottles of makeup I've bought?
We all do. I know all these rules and I do the same. I do the same because, well, my complexion changes because I go back and forth from Florida to LA, and in Florida I will change 5 shades darker walking from the front door to my car because the Florida sun is like right there, you know, like sitting in a tanning bed or something. Like, so I have so many bottles of foundation,
Right.
always trying to match. And
Oh, and so then that means that there's colors then for you as your tones and textures and your complexion changes in the summer versus winter. So maybe different styling and colors that you wear more in the summer, and then some that you wear more in the winter. I know we have like typical, like these are fall colors and these are winter colors and but I can't tell you how many times that I've gone in my closet and I've been ready and wanting to wear something that was like maybe it was a very bright orange, and I'm like, oh well, this isn't really a fall orange, you know, but I'm like,
wear it.
Forget that. Yeah, so
wear it. If anyone says anything, they're following old rules, and you just have to show them differently.
That's right.
You know, like this is me. I'm wearing it. I know that it's, you know, I wear a lot of black all throughout the year, and I know that can, you know, seem a little bit like black in the summer, really, but I feel good in black, and I love, you know, I said I'll like another color when they invent something darker than black, you know, because that is, you know, blacks and grays are my favorite colors, and grays aren't necessarily the best colors for me and my skin tone, but I love grays, so I will incorporate grays in my wardrobe.
Yes.
That's another thing. You can incorporate your favorite color, even if it isn't on the chart of what you should wear. You can incorporate that color into your wardrobe. It can be in your earrings. It can be, you know, now with masks, it can be in your mask. It can be, you know, in your shoes. You can wear your favorite color that because aren't really reflective of your skin tone. So you can wear the orange shoes on your, you know.
That's right. That's right. That is so good. Laura, thank you. Thank you so much. Again, you all can find her at laurahuntstyle.com and also on Instagram at laurahuntstyle. I appreciate you being here with me today. Thank you so much.
Oh, I loved it.
This was fabulous.
I loved it.
Thank you for joining me for this week's episode of the Chrysalis Experience. If you know an inspirational woman whose life or experiences carry a powerful message of voice, then email me at Donloyn@Donloyn.com. I'd love to invite her to the conversation. Also, visit my website at Donloyn.com. That's DONLOYN.com. There, you'll find links to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Also, check me out on Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at LeDuff Gadson. Until next time, remember, your voice is powerful. Be transformed, emerge, and take flight.